Hi there, welcome back. Christy and Alonso and Matt here on What the Flick. And besides What the Flick, there are so many amazing TYT programs that you can access on your phone. That's a phone. You can download the TYT app at tyt.com/app. What do they get when they download the app?
All the shows.
All the shows. You can watch this show, most importantly, but you can also watch The Young Turks. You can watch Pop Trigger, which is also produced by Lemire, our producer. You can watch Nerd Alert, all kinds of stuff.
TYT Sports, Murder with Friends. I've never watched TYT Sports, but I don't watch any sports ever, so there you go. But nonetheless, you should. If you could, if you wanted to.
Right. So go where apps are available or go to tyt.com/app and download the app.
Android coming soon, I'm told.
For your phone. It's on your phone and for your phone. So Cannes is happening, the Cannes Film Festival, and the glitz and glamour of Hollywood on the French Riviera. And
none of us are important enough to be there. Woo!
I've never gone to
Me
Cannes.
Me neither.
I've never gone to Toronto or Sundance.
Really?
Really.
Wow.
I'll tell you why, because while I was still with the Associated Press, Dave Germain, who was our lead film writer, he would go to those things, and I would stay in LA and mind the fort and go to all the summer movies and all the bad January movies. So I never went, and now I'm a freelancer. Now I'm like, I don't like schlepping to Cannes.
No, but Cannes
seems like a headache. Toronto's fun.
Toronto's a good
one.
Yes, it's a good city. So anyway, so at Cannes, a lot of things are showing, but it's entirely possible that our friend Terry Gilliam will not be able to show his Don Quixote movie. The man cannot catch a break. We talked about this last week on What the Flick.
A wizard put a curse on this production. I swear, like it never ends.
There is no more cursed movie than this one.
No. It's the opposite of the never cursed thingy that Reynolds Woodcock does. This is a long way to go for a Phantom Thread joke.
No, actually, I saw somebody on Twitter said Terry Gilliam has a suit with always cursed.
Apparently so. Yeah, so he has been trying to make his Don Quixote movie for like 20 years now. It's finally done. It's supposed to play at Cannes, but it's running into issues. Although now there's breaking news. It can screen
play at Cannes,
but it may not have U.S. distribution, and apparently also he might have suffered a minor stroke.
He did, apparently, yes.
Okay.
Yes, Amazon Studios has dropped its plans to be the U.S. distributor of the film, but a French court did decide that it could still be the closing night film at Cannes, even though a French producer was trying to file an injunction to block that screening. And Gilliam did have a minor stroke, but I think he's out of the hospital. I don't have it in front of me, but yeah, that's a thing that happened too. It's like, oh my God, please just be okay, Terry Gilliam, and let this movie just finally happen, even if it's terrible, just let it be done. So he will have made it, and we will have seen it, and we can all move on.
Here's how cursed this movie is. This movie's so cursed that I think people go see it, they're gonna get hurt.
Oh no!
But I can imagine though that whether you know the story of it or whatever, like if you love movies, maybe you sort of feel like an appreciation for all he's gone through to get this thing done, and maybe that will drum up more of an audience than it might have ordinarily.
Sure,
if it had just come out 18 years ago.
It's the opposite of phoned in. I can tell you that much.
Although, were we talking about a few weeks ago, like the idea that something is a labor of love means basically no one else wanted to do this but you.
He's been laboring for a couple of decades now with his Don Quixote movie.
Take the hint.
Yeah, no. I admire his stick-to-itiveness.
Yeah, if you believe the universe is sending you messages.
Although insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
Well, and of course it's the irony is the word here, the coincidence, the poetic justice is that this is a movie about an obsessive lunatic. Yeah. So it's like, it's not just anything, it's Don Quixote of all things.
That is an excellent
If you wrote this into a movie, you wouldn't believe it.
Right. I don't know what this does for the sequel plans, the story of Sisyphus, but
yeah.
But many other films definitely are going to play at Cannes, and you have your jury consisting of Kristen Stewart and Cate Blanchett and Ava DuVernay and other people of interest.
Anyway, I don't know. I don't have it in front of me.
My Twitter feed is full of them looking glamorous on the red carpet. But lots of films are coming out, including The Outpost, which is from Rod Lurie, who did The Contender.
Yes.
And it stars
Scott Eastwood.
But it's based on Dick Tapper's book of the same name.
Yes, about fighting in Afghanistan.
Yes.
And of course, there's the Cannes, in addition to being the festival, is a huge marketplace where they're going to sell movies that maybe haven't even been made yet. Sometimes it's we'll make it if we can sell the concept of it with these names attached to it. You know, Canon Films used to legendarily take out these giant color sections in Variety every year, announcing movies that might or might not ever exist, but it was basically sort of like a title with some stars attached, and if they got enough money, then they'd make it, and if they didn't, well, then they wouldn't.
Right.
So, you know, we got a list, Hollywood Reporter had a list of films that are somewhere in the hopper from done to just, you know, being concepts, but there's this Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark movie that Guillermo del Toro is producing. I was a little old for those, but apparently they have the generation behind us was very into those.
I
as
don't
kids.
know those.
They were like
you
they
know
were
those?
indeed very scary stories.
I don't know.
I think we're all too old for those, but I hear they're great.
Okay.
And apparently, especially if you find the ones with the original illustrations that were extra scary, and they actually changed them because too many kids wigged out about them. New film from Dee Reese with Anne Hathaway, based on a Joan Didion novel called The Last Thing He Wanted. A biopic of Leonard Bernstein that will star Jake Gyllenhaal, directed by Corey Fukunaga.
That's interesting.
Called The American. That sounds really cool. And then I have to give a shout out my friend Aaron Bunn, who used to write for me years ago at The Advocate, and then is now Austin Bunn, who's he's a mover and a shaker in the film world. He wrote that movie Kill Your Darlings. He is directing a film called Titan with Lily Collins. So that is that's being shopped around at Cannes. So hope that finds a buyer.
There's apparently going to be a Rambo 5.
Yeah.
Yes, there
Takes
is.
on the hotels.
Can you believe that? Like, how
I can
old
believe
is he now? Like, is he 70? How old is Sylvester Stallone now?
Well, let's see. Rocky was 43 years ago.
Okay.
So
He's probably like 70.
Yeah.
Do you want to go see a Rambo 5? Do you want? This is like the Liam Neesoning of Rambo. He's just older and keeps kicking butt.
That last one was kind of ridiculous. The Burma one.
I'm excited about 355. That's the one with Lupita Nyong'o, Jessica Chastain.
Oh, yeah,
It
yeah,
sounds
yeah.
like a Bourne Bond type thing. Yeah, then there's a movie called The Forgiven, which all I can think of is is that your double feature with The Unforgiven?
Is it the prequel?
It's not, actually. It's Ralph Fiennes, Rebecca Hall. They're an English couple who their lives are disrupted by a random accident en route to a decadent weekend-long party in the Moroccan desert.
Okay, and then you have your obligatory Peter Berg, Mark Wahlberg reteaming. They did, Patriots Day and Lone Survivor. This is called
and Deepwater Horizon.
Yes, Mile 22. The Berg-Wahlberg tag team returns with another high-octane actioner. This time with Wahlberg as an elite American intelligence officer trying to smuggle a police officer with sensitive information out of the country.
Spoiler: he single-handedly saves the day.
He probably will, in a nipple-clinging T-shirt.
Naturally,
because he can.
Mary Herron, who did American Psycho and I Shot Andy Warhol, is cooking up a biopic on Salvador Dali starring Ben Kingsley.
Sounds good.
With Leslie Manville as Gala. I'm in.
Anything with
that all sounds good to me.
For sure. And the opening night film happened with Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem, Everybody Knows, which is getting kind of mixed reviews.
Oh, I'd heard good things.
Did you? Okay.
Well, I mean, Steve Pond of the Rap liked it a lot anyway. It's from Asghar Farhadi.
Yeah, who's always good.
And Focus has picked it up already.
Yes.
And somebody also picked up the Guy Ritchie movie.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Look, his movie Tough Guys is a London set crime thriller. When he sticks to kind of crime comedies of
crime
London,
thrillers.
That's his best stuff. That's his wheelhouse. I'll watch those.
Right.
Anytime he goes out of that, it's a little like,
Well, you didn't love Swept Away?
no.
No one loves Swept Away.
No.
It's okay.
It was better than Revolver.
Rock and Roll.
Rock and Roll
I
was
liked
great.
Rock and Roll.
Rock and Roll was
Revolver
great,
was kind of dumb, but Rock and Roll was fun.
Anyway, we'll talk about all these movies when they actually come out to the light
when
of
they
day,
exist.
when they leave the French Riviera and come to the world.